Hi guys, welcome back. I have some good news for you. There is no lecture today. All I want to do is review for the midterm exam, which is fast approaching. Before we get started, guys, please do me this small favor. Print the word list, looks like this, and then I have a second file. This is your study guide. It's a handout. It's 2 pages. Please have them with you so we can go through it together. And not mandatory, guys, but it would be helpful if you had the 4 lectures nearby. Again, not mandatory, but I think it would probably benefit you. Okay, so let's get started. Guys, this handout is identical to yours in every way. The only difference is I took a yellow highlighter and highlighted the box. You don't have to do that. It's my style, and I thought it might be easier to see on the video. So, guys, here we go. The style or format of the midterm exam is quite simply fill in the blank vocabulary, fill in the blank sentences. That's it. No true false, no multiple choice, no listening test, no speaking test. So I will write a sentence just like you see in your lecture notes, and you just fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary. So guys, I'm just going to go through this from top to bottom. Every sentence will contain a tiny clue as to what the answer might be. In other words, my dear students, look for context clues. Do not write synonyms in the blank. I don't think you'll do this, but for example, the adjective altruistic, it means showing or displaying concern for the happiness of others rather than your own. Some synonyms for altruistic are kind, compassionate. What am I forgetting? Help me, guys. Kind, compassionate. I don't know, maybe generous. Anyway, my dear students, please do not write synonyms in the blank. The only words I'm looking for are our high English vocabulary. Sometimes, again, I know you won't do this, but a student can't remember the answer, and they're like, altruist, and they'll write compassionate, which is grammatically correct, but I'm only looking for our vocabulary. Okay, so no synonyms. Also, guys, again, this comes right from your handout here. Watch your spelling. For example, the word ubiquitous. Do you remember ubiquitous? It means something that is seen or found everywhere. My dear students, even I, English is my first language, even I sometimes misspell words, and it breaks my heart when a student writes the correct answer but gets the letters mixed up. Okay, so please don't make a careless mistake like that. Watch your spelling. Okay, guys, the test range is lectures 1 through 4. That's lectures 1, lecture 2, lecture 3, lecture 4. You will have 2 hours to take the test. I guess most of you will probably finish in 1 hour. However, please don't rush. It's not a contest to see who finishes first. So please feel free to use all the time available to you. Students often ask me, Professor, how many questions are on the test? There are 25 questions on the midterm exam. Each question is worth 4 points each for a total of 100 points. Oh, very important, guys. Again, comes right from your handout. Some of the vocabulary words, not all, some of the vocabulary words you might have to add ed or ing. By the way, small point, all of our words on the study guide are written exactly as I wrote them in the lecture notes. I just did that so it wouldn't confuse you. So there's nothing special about the tense here. I just replicated the form that was on your lecture notes. However, some of the words you might have to add ed or ing. For example, germinate, germinating, germinated. Do you remember germinate? It means to grow, like a plant or an idea, or what's another one? Ascend, ascending, ascended. So that's important, guys. So take a good look at the word. I mean the sentence, rather. What's next? Guys, none of the words are written in plural form. In other words, you do not have to add an S to any of the vocabulary words. For example, monarch, monarchs. 양해하세요. Do you remember monarch? King or queen? So do not add an S to any of the vocabulary. That's a big hint. I shouldn't even tell you that, but some of the words you might have to add ed or ing, but none of the words will require an S, okay? What else? Okay, guys, you will use the vocabulary word only one time. So, for example, if you have written vermin for number 3, and then down the test number 17, you have vermin again, one of them must be incorrect. So you'll use the vocabulary word only one time. Incidentally, guys, my thoughts are a little unorganized. If you count all the vocabulary words from lectures 1 through 4, there are 52 words. However, if you count on the study guide, there are only 50. That's not an accident. I just deleted 2 vocabulary words. In lecture 1, humdrum. Do you remember humdrum? Just means dull, boring, without variation. For example, Scott's lectures are humdrum. That vocabulary word is not on the test. Also, in lecture 3, chortle. I like this word, but it's not on the test. Do you remember chortle? Just means laugh, like. Okay, so those 2 words, guys, they are missing from the study guide for a reason. So basically, guys, I just want you to concentrate on the study guide. If it's not on the study guide, it's not on the test. So there are 50 words, there are 25 questions, half you will use, half you will not. Moving on. Oh, by the way, guys, I made you 2. Yes, 2 word lists. I think this one, by the way, it's the same words, and Professor loves you. I alphabetized the words for you. I think this one is more pretty, and the font is a little larger, so maybe a little easier to read. Or if you prefer, you can use this. Again, same exact words, alphabetized. For me personally, if I was a student, I might choose this one only because the words are crunched together and it's just easier for my eyes to quickly go up and down the columns. 이해했어요? So anyway, my dear students, whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to use this one and take a pencil and, you know, scratch off the words as you go, you're welcome to do so. If you like this one, you can use this one instead. Or, my dear students, if you don't like either, you don't have to use either one. I'm just trying to help. While I'm thinking about it, guys, you are free to use your lecture notes and dictionaries. So don't worry, you're not cheating. You can use your notes. What else? Guys, I know you won't do this, but going back to the handout near the bottom here, please do not write 2 words in one blank. Again, I know you won't do this, but sometimes students, they will narrow down the possible answers. So they're like, regicide and realm. Regicide, realm, I don't know. Gosh. And no joke, some students will write 2 words in one blank. It's automatically wrong, guys. I don't even look at it. So if that happens, if you're vacillating between one word, you know, take a coin, flip a coin, and make an educated guess. Also, guys, critically important, at the very bottom here, do you see where I am? My dear students, please, please do not add any English articles. For example, an, or the. For example, sometimes a student, they're like, I think the answer is monarch, but I need to add a, like for example, a monarch. No, my dear students, 아니요. Do not add any articles, a and the. If you feel you must add an article, for example, I don't know, I'm just going to stay with monarch. I think monarch is the answer, but the monarch. No. My dear students, if you feel in order for the vocabulary word to fit, you must add an article, my dear students, that is a red flag that maybe that's not the correct answer. All of the vocabulary words fit exquisitely into the blank. In other words, my dear students, the only thing you need to write or type are the vocabulary words, nothing else. Please. Okay. So far, so good. Guys, I'm looking at the second page now. You see where I am? When is the test? Grading. How difficult is the test? Well, easy. Very easy. I probably made it too easy, in fact. Honestly, regarding difficulty, it's sometimes it's difficult for me to gauge. I took the midterm this morning and I made 100, so it feels very easy to me. What I was going to say is sometimes an easy test, a test I think is easy, students will say was difficult, and conversely, sometimes I make a test and I think, uh-oh, I made it too hard, and then students do really well, like the class average is high. So I can tell you my goal is not too hard, not too easy. So I always try to make quizzes and tests, medium. What else? Guys, if you have any questions, because I might forget to say something during the video, my email address is at the bottom of the second page. Of course, students, feel free to email me anytime, 24 hours a day. Please don't be shy. Please include your name, student number, and class, and I will try to reply to your email as quickly as I can. Anything else? What am I forgetting? Okay, so guys, what I want to do now is just practice a little bit. I want to test your knowledge. So, just for fun, let's see. I will show you a photograph, and I want you to tell me the vocabulary word. And if you like, you can use your notes. That's okay. So, and again, you can look at your word list to try to find the correct answer. Do you remember? What is the vocabulary word? Using both hands equally well. What is that? Malayo? Oh my God. Ambidextrous. Ambidextrous. Now, listen carefully, my dear students. When I hear the word ambidextrous, I do think about pen or pencil, but that is not the definition of ambidextrous. Ambidextrous is using both hands equally well. So it could be a musical instrument. Just means using both hands equally well. Okay, let's try another one. What's the vocabulary word? Think. What is it? Tint. Yes, of course, my dear students, this is a homonym. The vocabulary word tint is spelled differently than like camping tent on the Han River. It's spelled T-I-N-T. But what is tint? Oh my God, color. Yeah, like greenish tint, bluish tint. Okay, this is a hard one. Okay, here's a photograph. This is Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock Holmes and his friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. Sherlock Holmes. Ooh, do you remember? There's a vocabulary word that I associate with him. Archetype. Ooh, that's a hard one. Actually, it's not that hard. Archetype, guys, just means a perfect example of a person or thing. A perfect example of a person or thing. So Sherlock Holmes is the archetype of the clever detective who always solves the case. 양해했어요? Archetype, perfect example of a person or thing. Okay. How about this one? What's the vocabulary word? Germinate. Germinate means to grow. I think about seeds and plants, but remember, it could be an idea or a proposal or a project. Germinate, an idea germinates, so begins to grow, comes into being. This is a little hard, I know, but I want you to take your time. This is a photograph of Queen Victoria. She died in 1901. And This is a photograph of her great-great-granddaughter, Elizabeth. What is the vocabulary word? Please. Monarch. Yeah, monarch. King or queen. Oh my God, so easy. What is it? So it's a rat. What's the vocabulary word? Check your handout. Find it. Do you know it? Vermin. Remember? Cockroach, mice, rats. It could be a lot of different animals, actually. This one is almost cute. Harangi. Is there a vocabulary word that might fit? Look at this picture, guys. I think this is photoshopped. Look at this. You think this is real? I think it's photoshopped. There's no way. Now this looks real. What kind of animal is the tiger? Feline. A feline. Again, doesn't have to be a big cat. It can be a domesticated house cat, but feline. What else? How about this one? What's the vocabulary word? Well, first off, what is it? A knight. A knight. There might be a vocabulary word that fits. A knight in shining armor. Valiant. Do you remember valiant? It means heroic, courageous. Let's see here. Guys, I'm just looking at your lecture notes now. Okay. I will say the Korean translation. You tell me the English. Sekjo. Oh my God. Tent. My dear students, it's going to be on the test. Now remember, the spelling is different. Professor's just being playful when I show you that, but my dear students, I know you're not ready now, but before the test begins, you need to know the denotation, the meaning of all these words. Even though you're free to use your lecture notes, you can have them by your side in your dictionary, but when you look at these words, you should know the meaning already. How about this? Again, I will say the Korean, you tell me the English. 영선 접이의. Using both hands equally well. Ambidextrous. What about 편재하는? Ubiquitous. Let's see here. I don't know if my translation is correct. 가대한? Titanic. What about 전형? Archetype. A perfect example of a person or thing. Okay, guys, I don't want to go through all the vocabulary. I'm just gonna skip around. 잠시만요. Do you remember arduous? Just means difficult, like an arduous task. Aha. Students, do you remember the vocabulary word lament? Means regret. So I lament I don't know, I can't think of a good example. I lament not studying harder for the midterm exam. I don't want you to lament that. Do you remember bedlam? What is that in Korean? It means chaos or chaos. Bedlam? Okay, how about this? Youngmenghan or Danhohan? Valiant. Like the knight. Students, I'm going to try to say it in Korean. 확정하라? What is the vocabulary word? Or alternatively, I'm not sure if my pronunciation is correct. 확인하라 means to find out something, or in my mind, to determine. The vocabulary word? Tell me. Ascertain. Guys, it's going to be on the test. Oh, how about this? Gyuknohan. Am I saying that correct? Gyuknohan means very angry. What is the vocabulary word for very angry? Livid. So, I was livid. I was furious. I was angry. Well, guys, I don't want to make this video an eon. I just want to kind of practice with you. Do you remember indigenous? Like a plant or animal? What is that in Korean? I'm not sure. Tojakui? It can be more than plant or animal. Remember that. Oh, so easy. What is it in Korean? 정답하다. What's the vocabulary word? 정답하다. Guys, I'm getting livid. 정답하다. In English, what is it? Peruse. Yeah, to read. On the paper, I have read carefully, but in my own mind, it could be casual, just like reading the newspaper. Peruse means to read. I'm not sure if this one's on the test, but do you remember the vocabulary word second to last? What is it in Korean? Very hard. Second to last, penultimate. All right, so last thing I want to say, and I promise I'll stop. All right, guys. When you're taking the test, my guess is you will answer many of the test questions quickly. You're like, oh, Scott, this is so easy. And you'll guess the answer right away for many of the questions. However, some of the questions may take a little more time. It may require deeper consideration. And Do you remember when we were little kids and we were learning basic shapes, numbers, and colors? We played a game. I mean, this is before school. This is like pre-kindergarten. And the square block goes into the square hole, and triangle goes into the triangle hole, and the round peg goes into the round hole. Guys, so too, when you're taking the test, listen carefully. Do not try to force an answer into the blank. 이해했어요? All of the answers fit perfectly into the blank. If it requires like some, violent force, then maybe that's not the right answer. And then you might think, well, Professor, I've already used all the other words. Well, if that is true, maybe look back at some of your earlier answers. Do you understand? I don't want to plant the seed of doubt, but maybe one of your other answers is incorrect. So I say this as a friend and as a professor. Don't do this, guys. Here's a hammer trying to hammer the square peg into the round hole. If you're doing this during the midterm, maybe it's not the right answer. 아니요. Don't even think about it. Our test looks like this. Yes. That's what we're looking for. All right, guys. That's all I have. Final thoughts. I just want to say very sincerely, good luck on not just our exam, but good luck on all of your exams next week. I know this is a very stressful time with assignments, reports, projects, and there's never enough time to prepare adequately for everything. But I just want you to know everything is going to be okay, and I wish you all good luck. And of course, I'll see you soon. Goodbye, guys.